Unit 1, Section 2.5, Worked Examples. The Greens are moving. Their real estate agent located 76 houses listed for sale in their price range. Of those houses listed for sale, 48 had a finished basement, 52 had a 3-car garage, and 37 had a finished basement and a 3-car garage. Before we look at the questions they're going to ask us in this problem, we want to create the Venn diagram. The easiest way to work a problem like this is to use a Venn diagram. And the standard form of the two-set Venn diagram, we notice there are two sets here. One set is going to be the houses with the basements, and I'm going to go ahead and indicate that with a B for basement. And the others had the garage, the 3-car garage. I'm going to put a G over here. And the region in the center is the houses that had both. And so what we want to do is fill in the numbers in the Venn diagram based on the information provided. And we start at the intersection, region 2, and that they told us that 37 houses had a finished basement and a 3-car garage. Now we go ahead and move out. And to fill in region 1 and 2 are all the houses with basements, but we've already put 37 of those houses in region 2 because they also have a garage. So if I take 48 and subtract 37, I end up with 11 houses that only have a basement and don't have a 3-car garage. Likewise, on the garage side, there were 52 houses with a 3-car garage, but 37 of those also had a finished basement. So if I subtract, I'll put in 15 here that only had the 3-car garage and not the finished basement. Now, if I add up those three numbers and subtract from the total that were located by the agent, the 76, I'll find that there were 13 properties, 13 houses located that had neither a 3-car garage or a basement. Now we can go ahead and answer the questions that were going to be in the problem. So how many had a finished basement but not a 3-car garage? So if we go back up and look at our picture, finished basement but not a 3-car garage, that's going to be 11. So that's 11. And then how many had a 3-car garage but not a finished basement? And that's the 15. And then the last question they ask us is, how many had either a finished basement or a 3-car garage? And that's going to be the sum of the houses that were put into regions 1, 2, and 3, and that's actually 63. All right, so let's move on now to a problem with 3 sets. So a restaurant compiled the following information regarding 39 of its employees. Of those employees, 13 cooked food. So again, here's the general layout of a 3-set Venn diagram. So I'm going to put an F here for food. 13 washed dishes. I'm going to put a W for washed. And 21 operated the cash register. So I'm going to put a C down here for cash register. And then they go on to tell us how many did 2 jobs and how many did all 3. So again, when we start filling in a Venn diagram, we always go into the innermost intersection, and that's going to be region 5, and we notice it tells us that 2 did all 3. So a 2 is going to go into the center right there. Now let's go ahead and work our way out. And one thing I like to do when I'm working a problem like this, and it's helpful if you can print the problem out, is to go ahead and cross out the information that you've already used. So if I walk up to the next number that was given, it said 8 washed dishes and cash register. So 8 is going to be between these 2 regions here, but I've already got a 2 in there, so I'm going to put a 6 into here. So that gives me a total of 8 that do washing and cash register, but 2 of those also cook food. And I'm going to go ahead and cross that out. And then I'm going to go to the next number, which is 5, which is cook food and operate the cash register, which is going to be these 2 sets here. I've already got a 2 in there, so if I subtract the 2 from the 5, I'm going to put a 3 here into region 4. So 3 people cook food and operate the cash register, but don't wash dishes. And so I've used the 5. I'm going to cross that out. And then I've got 4 cook food and wash dishes, which is going to be regions 2 and 5, but I've already got a 2 there, so I'm going to put a 2 in here. Now let's go back out to the set itself, the large set. So let's go ahead and cross out the 4. So I've got 21 people total who operate the cash register, which is going to be all the regions down here, regions 4, 5, 6, and 7, but I've already put in 5, 11, so if I subtract the 11 from the 21, I'm going to end up with 10 people here who only operate the cash register. So I'm going to cross that one out. 13 people wash dishes. I've already added in there 10. 6 plus 2 plus 2 gives me 10, so I'm going to have 3 people here who only wash dishes. And then finally for the food, 13 people total cooked food, but I've already put into the Venn diagram in regions 2, 4, and 5. I've put in 3 plus 2 is 5 is 7. So that's going to leave me 6 here that only cook food. And then how many people don't do any of those jobs? If I add up all the numbers that I've already put into the 7 regions of the Venn diagram and subtract from 39, I'll find out there are 13 people, 13 employees that don't do any of those jobs. All right, so now I can answer the questions. How many people, how many employees only cooked food? So only cooked food is going to be 6. How many employees operated only the cash register? Only cash register we see is 10, that's region 7. How many employees washed dishes and operated the cash register but did not cook food? So that's washed dishes and operated the cash register. So that's going to be region 6, and that's going to be a 6. Now the next question is similar, but it says washed dishes or operated the cash register but did not cook food. So we're going to add together regions 3, 6, and 7 and come out with a 19. And then finally, how many of the employees did at least 2 of these jobs? So 2 of these jobs is going to be regions 2, 4, 5, and 6. And if you add those all up, you come out with 13.